Hello, everyone. Welcome, Battle Brothers. It's me, Aurelia Tempris, defender of the Golden Throne and servant to the Emperor of Mankind. How are we doing today, everyone? I hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. I hope you like my hat. Do we like my hat today, chat? I picked it out specifically for this stream.
Stand ready.
It was needed. Oh my gosh, it's why didn't my alert go off? Oh no. Thank you. Yes, you better listen to me. I have the hat. I was so excited to put all of this together. Eldar Commissar, no. You have all the Kane books, in the. Oh, that's exciting. I don't have hard copies because moving books is a pain, but I have all the audiobooks. Yes. You better listen, chat. You better listen, or I'll have to get the. If you act up, I'm gonna have to organize a firing squad. But we shouldn't have that today, right? Right, chat? Right. I'm so excited for today. You have no idea. Let me get my music going. Oh, that's my... Is my music going? No. Reading as fast as you can, but you're only a chapter for it. You're not going to make it. I'm sorry. Is my music going? Doesn't say it's going. Oh, there it is. Very, very small amount of music. Organize a firing squad. Yeah, I know it's not very Kane of me, but it's it's a joke. It's a joke. So excited today, chat. I have the works laid out because of this book. I've been drinking more tea, and also I bought a new teacup recently, so I've been very excited to use it. I have a whole setup. I'm very excited. Which one of the mods takes the role of Jurgen? I don't know yet. Thank you. We'll have a good time. Definitely watch this. Definitely watch this when you when you have a chance. Onyx, no. See, I can't. That implies that one of them has to have very bad body odor, and I would prefer not to point fingers. Not that I've read any of the books. I just need white noise while I yap about the history of dreadnoughts to the rest of the Discord. Yes. That's good. Talking about Warhammer is very good. Oh, 1 second. I have my tea is ready to go. Oh, it's hot. So I'm gonna pour my tea. I was looking forward to the Aurelia stream and even made myself a pot of Tana tea. Yes, I need to actually figure out, because they say Tana tea is made from like a flower, like steeped the flowers from the ice caves of Valhallan. So I need to figure out what the recipe is. Or figure out like a flower or something that works well. Our Lady shall turn into Cha-Cha because I'm having tea? Because I'm having tea? Anyone can have tea. You can't gatekeep tea, chat. Oh, ouch. My tea bag got caught on my spoon when I was mixing my tea. Ah! It's not Tana tea, but it is, it's like a rose tea. Okay, you go over there. I tried to get it ready before stream, but I could not get it ready. Okay. Yes, greetings everyone. It's so today, yeah, it's a very bitter acquired taste tea. That's what Tana is. I prefer my tea on the sweeter side. This one today I have a rose tea, which is it's really good. So I'm just gonna 1 second while I pour it into my new fancy teacup. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. I feel so cool and refined. Not recaf? No, I'm not a recaf girl. Never really liked recaf. 1 second. I have to keep my eyes on this because, you know, I'm pouring very hot water into another jug. Oh, that's sugar on my hands. Yeah, no, I'm not a recaf girl. Never liked it. My family likes to drink really dark blends of recaf. And I've tried it and it's too bitter. And then to the point where it kind of tastes okay, it requires a lot of creamer and sweetener and it's not worth it. So I drink tea. I don't have like a morning beverage. You like your tea like you like your women dark and bitter? That's hilarious. Is Twitch showing up on here? Make sure Twitch is showing up. I think Twitch is showing up. Just making sure. I've made a couple adjustments today, chat, so bear with me in terms of how alerts get notified and how everything goes through. Yeah, okay, Twitch is there. Good. So it's going to be a little bit different. I'm trying to reduce like the extra noise in the background when I do streams. So we'll see how they work for the time being. I did get... Someone did... Oh, that was Bahamut Bard. Wow, it's 3 months already. Time sure does fly when having fun. I dedicate this resub to all of you who make the community so fun for our Captain General. Thank you, Bahamut Bard. I saw it and I just wanted to read it out now, so... Have I tried milder blends of recaf? No, but it's not really my thing. Like, I like Mountain Dew more than I like recaf. So I'm more inclined to just drink Mountain Dew. That's kind of like my relationship with beverages like Amasec, because they just don't taste as good. And if they don't taste good, like, what's the point? What's the point? So I don't drink a lot of that either. It has to be like really sweet. So like certain red... What can I say on Google? On Google, YouTube, I don't know. It would be like sweeter red wines I prefer, but I don't even have Amasec and that stuff all that very often. You are weak, Aurelia. Yes, I am. I am. A Zeronic 64. Thank you for joining our Legion. Thank you for joining the Legion. Happy to have you here. Fair enough. Recaf is not everyone's cup of Tana. Absolutely. So I have my cup. I posted, if you're on the Discord, I posted a picture of my teacup and my little pitcher. It's supposed to be like a milk pitcher, but I used it to pour more tea. It's on our Discord server under I think Book Spoilers. I took a picture and I posted it there because I found it at the store the other day. You guys want to hear a story about this teacup really fast? It's, in my opinion, it's hilarious. So here's the story. This teacup that is a picture in the Discord, I saw it last Sunday. One of my siblings has been interested in getting teacups. And I was like, oh man, that sounds really nice. I want to get like a teacup that like fits my vibe. But so I went to an antique store to look for a teacup. And I saw this teacup and I was like, oh, that's really, really nice. I'm sorry. I like my recaf like I like my women nowhere in the vicinity. Oh my gosh. Yep. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, we'll get started in a little bit. I want to tell my quick teacup story. It's funny. Anyways, so I went to this the antique store and I saw this teacup and there was like kind of like a whole set. So and there's a little pitcher, there's a little sugar jar, and a little plate. And I was like, oh wow, those are so pretty. So I bought a teacup for myself. Well, I sent a picture to some of my friends and my sibling. I said, oh, this is the teacup I got. And everyone was like, wow, those look so good. Those look really good. And I was like, oh yay, I'm glad you think so. And I'm like, I mean, there's more at the store if you really like it. And they're like, oh, that's really nice. Oh, is Cha-Cha raiding? Is this a Cha-Cha raid? I wonder if I see one message. Wonder if it's gone through on this side. Oh. It's thinking chat. Sorry. It's showing on my end that it's buffering too. Hello, everyone. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you, Cha-Cha, for the raid. There you go. It took a second for it to load all the messages. Welcome, Raiders. How are you today? How was the stream? What'd you guys do with Cha-Cha? Thank you, Cha-Cha, for the raid. I'm Aurelia Tempris. I'm a Warhammer Vtuber, and today we're talking about one of the heroes of the Imperium. Yeah, it's on the YouTube side. If you get raided, does that make the streamer a raid boss? Technically. Hi, Cha-Cha. I was just telling them about the teacups I got before we started our presentation. Let me double check my settings. How's the buffering, chat? On my end, it's not showing very good. We're trying a few new things. Hello, everyone. So I'll see if I can finish my story. There we go. There, the alert finally popped in, I think, on the Twitch side. Great. So what happened was I went to the store, and because a bunch of my friends were like, I love your teacup, I went to the store and I bought 4 more teacups. I bought 4 more teacups, the little milk pitcher, and the sugar bowl. And my friends were happy that I got, that I sent them, that I got them their teacups. Oh, Diclonius, thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you very much. Give a huge thank you to Diclonius if you got a membership from him. So I sent one to Cha-Cha because it fit her vibe. So I sent it to her for her birthday. Yes, I sent you one. My sibling got one. My best friend did. And then I got 2 for myself. And then I was showing my mom the teacup. I got the teacup. I brought the teacup for my sibling, and my mom was like, oh my gosh, I love that. And I said, well, there's like 5 more at the store. I don't know if they'll still be there, but do you want one? And she looked at me and she was like, yes. So what I ended up doing is that I went back to the store and I just bought the rest of the teacups. I bought the rest of the teacups. It was awesome. Oh no. Oh no. Oh gosh, okay, that scared me. OBS said it disconnected and I was terrified that I lost connection. Oh gosh. New things every day, chat. Anyways, let's transition to the gaming stream. The gaming scene. Oh, cancel. Okay, let's... There. Ah, there we are, chat. So excited. Do you guys like my presentation? Do you like my presentation? Yeah, it got a moment where it was being weird. It might be okay here in a second. So we'll start our presentation. I'm gonna turn this down. Are my alerts too high? We're just gonna... Okay, I think I have everything set up as it should be. In theory. All right. Yeah, teacups for the throne. I'm going to move this over. Thank you for your patience, everyone. It is much appreciated. Can it go over there? It's fine. I'll move you over here. And I'm going to put that there. There. No, stop that. I'm fighting my layout. It's fine. No big deal. All right, let's do it. You really like my PowerPoints, they're nice, but you're limited to pre-made stuff. Some of them I do, I'll be completely honest, I do use templates on occasion, but this I made myself. This one I was really happy about. Yeah, my music is kind of faint because sometimes it gets a little loud, so I just turn it a little bit lower. You'll be honest, my PowerPoints are so nerdy and dorky that as a nerd, I just find them delightfully wholesome. Good. I was really excited. I was saying to my friend, I was like, I don't know if they're gonna notice that I added this to my to my slides, but I wanted to encapsulate what the commissar jacket looks like in the details. So if you if you look at the if you look at pictures of Commissar Kane in his jacket, that's kind of what the detailing looks like. I was so excited. More like Aurelia templates. This is such a good book. All right, I'm gonna have some tea because my voice has been dying. I've been talking so much. Chat, if I'm being honest, I felt really off the past few days because I didn't know what to talk about on stream. I have been so excited to talk about these books. I haven't been able to. And I am so excited to finally talk about them. I've just felt so off because there's so much I want to say and just, I just can't wait. This is going to be good. This is going to be so good. All right, take a couple sips because my throat is like running ragged. Oh, also chat, by the way, this stream week is going to be really weird. I have to travel unexpectedly for a mission. So I will be having stream on Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's it for this week. So I apologize in advance. I will be posting the schedule tonight, but nothing Thursday through Sunday, unfortunately. But I've been working with Onyx, one of the mods, and we are putting together a possibility for a game night on Friday or Saturday. Maybe not game night, game session. We're working out the time and the details, so hopefully we can do something like that. I'll be there for like 30 minutes, but I can't stream, unfortunately. I really wish I could. I'm a little disappointed about that, but there you go. I can't tell you where I can't tell you the details of where I'm going on my mission. It's very secret, but I just need to inform you that I am going. Purging heretics. I'm still doing my duty to the Emperor. So, just informing. So, schedule will go out today instead of normally posting it on Monday because I'm bad about making schedules. Okay. We're going to do our best here, chat. All right. Hopefully the music isn't too loud and it's just the right noise. Yeah, KS doesn't want you to know this. I'm so sorry. Looks like we're having a variety of tech issues. I apologize for that. Yeah, reload it if you're having problems. I apologize. I'm trying to find the best solution for streaming, and it is always an imperfect science. All right, let's do it, chat. We're going to talk about our homie, Commissar Kane, the best, one of the best commissars ever. I would probably call him the best. He's so cool. He's so cool. You wish you were as cool as him. So for this is our book of the month. So we're just going to kind of talk about this, kind of whatever. I have some slides to kind of guide me, but it's not going to be like Friday. I think Friday was a little too, like... And it was different because it wasn't the book of the month, but it felt like a little too restrictive, even though I did get to chat about a bunch of different things. This is supposed to be a discussion, so we'll talk about stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of have categories, and then we're going to talk about them. I don't have, like, specific questions, but I'm just going to start off with, like, okay, here's this, and then we'll just talk about it. So, let's do it. Take another sip of my tea. I should get an asset where I'm holding a cup of tea just for this stream. I should have done that. Oh, well. All right, let's do it, chat. For the Emperor, so we read the first book, so try not spoilers for the other books, even though I'm on the third book. I loved the first book so much. So try to avoid spoilers in the chat. Really appreciate it for people who haven't read books beyond the first one. If you haven't read the first one and you're watching this, there are spoilers, obviously, so I'm just gonna tell you that. All right. So first, we're gonna talk about got cut off there. The Valhallan 597th. So we got to talk about these guys first because this is like the first taste that we get of Kane. So this is kind of the first thing that comes up in the book. And here is what's cool about them. So they absolutely got stomped on previously. So they were made of two different guard units that basically fell to half strength. The 301st, which is an all-men regiment, shock troops. And then the 296th, which is an all-female unit. So I did learn that most of the time guard units aren't mixed. And there's a good reason for that. But basically, Kane met these groups together when they started a cafeteria brawl. So you could say there's massive issues integrating these troops. And there was a riot where people died. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So the first thing that Kane kind of had to deal with was integrating these troops. And frankly, I was really impressed with how he handled these issues, because he really kind of was like dropped right, like frying pan. Wow, I can't talk. From the frying pan into the fire. It was a dumpster fire. Yeah, so basically the 301st, they were a very traditional unit. And the 296, they were like all females. They didn't really give much details beyond that. But they were butting heads because basically some bureaucrats put them together and they didn't realize that their cohesion was not going to be good. But Kane came in and he basically, he forced them into like mixed squads so they would train and start relying on each other. He always says, and he says this like a lot, he's like, oh, I only did it to save my own skin, because if they couldn't work together, they couldn't protect me. And it's like, yeah, it often goes really badly when you try to mix the regiments, and this one was especially bad. So he basically forced them to train together to work well together, and he offered incentives for high performing teams. So like, for example, like the most disciplined team got extra like alcohol rations, which is a great way to do it. That's great. And they do say in the book that, and I thought this was so sweet, that the tradition is still upheld, that the most disciplined units, like each week or each month, gets an extra ration that they call Kane's round. So it's like a round on Kane. I thought that was so good. Kane's imposter syndrome is a character unto itself. Oh my gosh. And it's so funny because it's after the fact. After the fact, he's so hard on himself. Like, he's like, yeah, I just did this because I was trying to save my own skin, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, Kane, sorry, mixing my tea. He did so much good, but he always chalks it up to, yeah, I was just trying to save my own skin. I was like, bro, you've done way more. You've done way more for the Imperium than most people ever. He uses his brain. What a concept. Yep, if you use your brain, chat, things will work out for you. Just imagine that. Yeah, food is a strong motivator. Absolutely. So I did see, I was so sad. I was doing research on the internet. I did see that there was a standalone Kane TTS episode. I never saw it. I didn't know if it was a standalone episode, but I thought, I was like, bro. So if it's a standalone episode, we should probably watch that. So in any case, he did a really good job. And this is kind of like, these are the only slides that I really kind of have it like locked in, like just talking about these points, because his integration with the team basically helps him become so cool. He renamed them the 597th, which is the 301st plus 296th. So really good way of like combining their legacies. And he also just helped out with the people that were involved in the riot. He definitely gave them lighter sentences than what would normally be deserved. So now that we've done that, I have slides that we're going to talk about individual characters. So obviously we're going to talk about Kane first, then we're going to talk about Jurgen, and then we're going to talk about Amberly. So I'm just putting that all out there. We're going to talk about each character, and we're just kind of do whatever. I have bullet points, but they're not very thorough. I figure we just go wherever this takes us. So that's the plan. That is the plan here. All right, take a sip of tea. Oh, DinoFan219, thank you for the super chat. Kane episode is a standalone, yes? Okay, we'll watch that at the end of this. That's good, because then I can have another VOD to trim and post. I'm low on extra things to post. All right. I hope you read the All Guardsmen Party at some point as well. I want to. There's so much to read in Warhammer. It's like so hard to cover everything. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. I'm just dropping things over here in my office. Okay, so the first person we're going to talk about is our homeboy, Caiaphas Cain. And if you didn't believe me earlier, look at his jacket. Look at his jacket. Look at that. It looks so similar to what I did here. Look at that, chat. I was so proud of myself. I gotta pat myself on the back. Gotta pat myself on the back for that. So, let's talk about the boy. He is the coolest. I didn't want to call him like a regular dude. Like, that felt weird. But he is, for like a standard human that has like basic like augmetics, like holy cow, he does so much. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so this guy is the coolest man ever. He is a hero of the Imperium. I was disappointed, and I guess it kind of made sense. He is listed, he's noted as a pathological liar, which I guess he kind of is. At first I was like, oh man, this guy is so cool, he's so honest, but he's not honest. He's not. He tells people what they want to hear. He's definitely, he's not an honest bloke, but that's okay. That's okay. It's fine. But he also lies to himself, so it's not like he's lying to everyone, just everyone else. So this guy, pathological liar, he constantly calls himself a coward, which I don't think is fair. Honestly, he always thinks like, oh yeah, like I try to get myself away from the front lines and I'm like a coward for doing so. But one of the points that I was like thinking about when I was reading these books is that even though he does things in like battle and like tactical situations, he still is very brave. Like if he like goes in one direction because he's trying to avoid an attack and something attacks him, he will fight back. And that's like the definition of like courage and like being brave is like, so courage is like, or like bravery, basically it's like still doing something in the face of like tremendous fear. He calls himself a coward, and it's okay to be scared, but he is actually a very brave man for everything that he's done. He is the worst case of imposter syndrome in all of fiction. Yes, even after the fact, he has severe imposter syndrome, but he is the coolest dude. Just because he fails at cowardice doesn't make him not a coward. I mean, you can be scared, but he still follows through. Like, even like when he's stuck in a bad situation and he wants to be a coward, he just chooses not to be. Is that weird? Does that make sense? So, he's a coward, but he gets cornered a lot. Yes, but I wouldn't necessarily call him a coward all the time. Someone mentioned earlier, he's kind of an unreliable narrator. Like, we don't know how truthful he's being. And honestly, it's hard to determine what actually went down, like how truthful he is. I think it's a coward by 40k standards, unlike everyone else who throws themselves in suicide charges of glory. He has a strong sense of self-preservation. Yeah, Berserker Rush, you're kind of right about that. He does, like, by comparison, he is a coward if you look at it like that. But his strong sense of self-preservation has actually won the Imperium a lot more than just throwing yourself at the enemy. And that's the thing. Like, what is more tactical? Like, just throwing yourself out, or like what the Space Marines like to say, especially in the End of the Death, is selling yourself for the highest price. So how many people can you take down before you are taken down yourself? So for that, I was like, yes, he may be a little bit of a coward, but actually he's quite heroic in other ways. Yeah, and Amberly also says he's his own worst critic, and she says that a lot. I think in multiple books too. So yeah, he brings logical and common sense into the setting, and he is rewarded for it. There are times I think he gets extremely lucky. Like, oh man, what are the odds that this occurred? Or things that happen where you're like, wow, how could we have known that? How could we have known that? Oh, thank you. You're literally the only one who gets me more knowledgeable about Warhammer. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. I like to learn all the new stuff. So I'm so excited. I was really passionate about this. So I've been excited to read. I keep looking over. My hat is hilarious. I love my hat. It like moves a lot when I move my head, but it's so funny. I just love it. As you said earlier, he is the Emperor's silliest clown. He is a bit of a clown, but he is so likable. How many of the books I've read so far? I read the first one. Let's see, I finished the first one on like Sunday evening. Or no, I finished the book like sometime on like Sunday evening or Monday. And then I read the second one in 2 days. So I'm two books down and I'm in the middle of the third one. Not very far into it, like less than a quarter. Because I wanted to prep my PowerPoints. Oh, thank you. You unironically would make a great lore tuber. Your bow presentation was top tier. Thank you. I appreciate it. If I'm being perfectly honest, I didn't exactly like how that presentation went. There's some things I learned from it. But I really appreciate that. Oh, is that Species? Species 316, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. Big thank you. Congratulations to the people who got a membership, and make sure to give a big thank you for that. I believe on the YouTube side. Yes, I do have the best hat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have I read the short stories about him in the artillery battalion? No. So I've read the first one, For the Emperor, the second one, Caves of Ice, and then I'm in the middle of Hand of the Traitor. I think that's what it's called. So I've not read anything more because I didn't know what order I should read that in. You're going to steal my hat? No, you can't have my hat. It's too nice of a hat. In any case, I think I already said this point. He calls himself a coward, but in some ways he is actually very brave and heroic. I think one of the things, and I talk about, I have a slide for this later. He actually, most of the time, I think he acts on instinct. And I think that's why people get, like, he thinks he's a coward, but he actually just acts on instinct, which does a whole lot of good for him. Just that survival instinct. He just does stuff and he doesn't think. He just goes and does the thing. Where is the button? The button has not come out yet. The button is reserved for special exterminatus circumstances. And if you're good chat. If you're good chat, then we will allow for the button. So, if you're good chat. All the short stories technically come first if it's like linear. Okay. I'll have to check them out. There's a lot of stuff to read. You hate Kane because whenever he gets defeated by Chaos, here comes Jurgen. We love Jurgen though. You can't hate on Jurgen. Jurgen is the best. He is the homie. As we kind of already knew about Kane, he's not a very traditional commissar. He pretends, he's like, oh yeah, I really didn't care. I was lying, whatever. But he really actually, I think he cares a lot more about the people he's working with than sometimes the mission. Obviously the mission is important. But yeah. Anyways. The Book of Judgment has very specific laws regarding the stealing of hats. Yeah, you can't steal my hat. It's my hat. It's my hat. Also, can Hugh Jackman play him in a show or movie as like an older Commissar Kane? I'm sorry. I looked at this and I was like, that looks like Hugh Jackman. Someone took Hugh Jackman and put him in a Commissar suit. Come on. If, and let's not get too far into this chat. But if Amazon makes a show and it's a good show, let's not get into it, please. I'm going to say Hugh Jackman as an older Commissar Kane. I want to see it. I want to see it. This is like perfect. Based on this picture. Based on this picture. It would be so good. It would be so good. Oh, Berserker Rush, thank you for the gifted subs on Twitch. Big thank you to Berserker Rush if you got a sub. Congratulations. So, yeah, he could be a Kane from the later books. Honestly, it would look so good. Kane can only be played by Ryan Reynolds. No, you have to have the look, and like, because Hugh Jackman has like had like that, he's known for that sideburn look from like Wolverine and other shows. Like that would be perfect. A Kane show with him dictating his memories to Vale and her just editing the hell out of them would work well. Yeah, it would work really well. No, I really like Will Ferrell. No, I would hate that. I would hate that so much. Will Ferrell like is like he's got his like specific genre, but Will Ferrell is like a little too silly. Who would play Jurgen? Oh, what's the guy that played Smeagol in Lord of the Rings? That guy. That guy would play that guy would play Jurgen. It'd be so funny. No, you have to have that look to him, and that actor is like, I don't know his name. Is it Andy Serkis? Let me see. It's Andy Serkis, yes. Andy Serkis, I think, should play Jurgen or Danny DeVito, but like Danny DeVito is like known for his like one-liners, his punches, but like Jurgen is kind of on the quieter side. I think Andy Serkis would be good. Who would play Amberly? Oh gosh, I don't know enough female actresses to. Who would be a good Amberly? Well, if we're going on like the older side, because if we're going with like an older Kane and an older Amberly, let's see who's let me just look up blonde actresses. Blonde. I don't know. Oh, I could see Cate Blanchett. Cate Blanchett has that, like, authority figure vibe to her. Oh, there you go. I wasn't looking at the chat box, but I just looked at the internet. Cate Blanchett would be good, I think, because she's got, like, that noble countenance about her. So, that I think that's a good look. I have to make a slide now. Yeah, she has, like, the fancy treatments, but, like there's still, even though if you have the fancy rejuvenate treatments, like there is a little bit of aging, just a little bit, but she would look really good. That would be, honestly, I'd watch that so much. Charlize Theron, I don't know. Emma Stone, yeah, possibly. I could kind of see that. I imagine like Amberly's got like a refined look about her. Not that Emma Stone isn't refined, but she's got like a certain look. Maybe Nicole Kidman? Charlize Theron, what is she part of? What movies was she in? Oh, yes, her. I like her. Yeah, Charlize Theron could be good too. Got that like sharp eye. No, for Kane, we're doing Hugh Jackman. Yeah. I'm glad everyone else like saw this too, because I was looking for pictures and like, I love this photo. I love this art of him. And I was like, that's Hugh Jackman. Someone literally picked out Hugh Jackman. I like this art over some of the other art because in the older art, he has this massive chin. Like, he looks like a cartoon character. His chin is so massive. This, like, he looks like a normal dude. Like, that. My gremlin laugh should be a sound redeem. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll have to do a couple takes then if I want to do that. No, I'm saying if Hugh Jackman was in it, it would be a like older version, like later in his career. That's what we're saying. I think that would be good. Yeah, I like him. I like him like this, then with his massive chin. But he looks, he's got that nice chin. All right, time to talk about the best boy. This boy is scary. I looked up photos and I was like, yo, you're kind of scary, man. This is Jurgen. He is, he's Kane's aid and support system, but he's no slouch. So they call him his aide, but he's actually a former Valhallan guard trooper. So he's like a military professional. This guy is the homiest of homies you will ever see. Chat, what do we think of Jurgen? What do we think of Jurgen, chat? Tell me. Tell me about Jurgen. Give me 1 second. That's my boy. Yes, he is such a good boy. Stinky boy. He is a stinky, stinky boy. You would die for Jurgen? Yeah, honestly. Oops, sorry, I bumped my mic there. Apologies, chat. He is so cool. He's not the brightest, as we discussed earlier, but he's incredibly loyal, and he's, like, unquestioning. Kane says multiple times that he's, like, the only man he, like, whatever, like, completely put his trust in. This guy is the best. He's so cool. And then he's known for very bad hygiene and his foul body odor. But, so those are, I think, all my points for this slide. So we can just talk about him however we want. Jurgen would be a great online friend. He'd just be very quiet. He probably wouldn't talk much. He's so funny. One of my favorite scenes is when, in this book, they're going into the tunnels. And they don't know what they're fighting yet. And he's going down into the tunnels. He has a melt-a-gun. The best gun. One of the best guns. And Amberly, who is an Inquisitor, says to him, well, Jurgen is commenting on how he thought it would be good to, like, blast away any enemies in the tunnels. And Amberly says, oh, did you bring the marshmallows? And he was like, huh? He didn't quite understand it. He didn't understand that she was making a joke. But I will say, and this is a spoiler for the next book, but it's not all that different. He and Kane are in shenanigans again, and he has the melt-a-gun. And he makes a joke. He said, oh, I forgot to bring the marshmallows this time to Kane. And that was really funny. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. It's so sweet. And like, really, like, just, he's touching. This guy, though, is the best. So he helps Kane with, like, everything. Like, Jurgen does, like, a ton of his paperwork. And so I was reading some analysis of, like, Jurgen and Kane. And it's like, why does Kane keep Jurgen around so much? Basically, like, because a lot of people would be like, oh my gosh, what's up with, like, Jurgen? He smells. Why would you keep him? But he is so incredibly loyal. And he's kind of just, because he's, like, unquestioning, he just, like, does as he's told. He's, like, really invaluable for Kane. And also, if you think of it this way, like, Kane is probably, and I saw this on the internet, and I really liked this take. Kane is probably one of the few people that has actually treated Jurgen like a person. Even though he doesn't like to shower, ever. Like, he's probably one of the few people that has treated Jurgen with utmost, like, respect, and has, like, genuinely cared for him. And, like, imagine if you're on Jurgen's side, where you have a guy who, like, treats you so well, and, like, he's willing to do anything for you. He stands up for you when people make comments. And, like, yeah, I would place my loyalty in Kane if someone treated me that good and everyone else always treated me like trash. Yes, the best description of Jurgen is that he is the guardian of Kane's schedule. In order to get Kane, you have to go through the smelliest man. Yeah, it's been told that Kane will be in, like, his office, and if someone really needs to see Kane, they are willing to wait with Jurgen in, like, the adjoining room and, like, endure his smell if they really, really need to talk to him. And if they don't, they just leave. Yeah. And also, we discover this at the end of the book, but we discover that Jurgen is a blank. So a blank is the, like, basic opposite of a psyker. It's basically a person. So if you ever, the Sisters of Silence, they are blanks. So basically they're like a void of psychic of a void of psychic ability. And essentially, like, he can't be corrupted by chaos and other psychic beings or attacks. Really cool. Oh no. Also, yes, on occasion there is spicy stuff on Jurgen's data slate. We're not going to talk about that, though. Yeah, so he's an anti-psyker. So I also thought that was funny because everyone is always incredibly unnerved when they're around the Sisters of Silence. So it's not just the smell that Jurgen has, it's like that feeling of... It's that same feeling that you get when you're around a Sister of Silence, where it's just unnerving. There's like that silence. Supposedly it manifests as his body odor. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, YouTube chat just popped off. Okay. For a cruel gag, cast a redhead as Jurgen. Oh my gosh. There's already a ton of like redheads in the books already. Oh, it's a common fan theory that Jurgen doesn't actually stink that much, but it's how others perceive his blankness. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Oh, that's a really good point. That's a really good point. Oh, thank you so much, GAP. I will add that to my marshmallow budget. Thank you very much. I will buy some marshmallows. Jurgen's pocket sandwich. That's not in this book, though. That's in the Ice Caves book. That was funny, though. I did enjoy that. It could also be that since he's from an ice world, he never knew how to shower. Well, they don't ever say that about the Valhallan 597th. They never say, like, oh, they're the smelliest unit. No, they don't say that. I think it's just Jurgen and probably just... I like the theory that it's the blankness getting to him. There's a short side story where the squad threw him in a bath and scrubbed him, and he still stank, adding to the theory. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, because if people like are like, oh man, I can't get this like weird feeling around him, your brain will just make connections sometimes. It'll just be like, okay, well, this is the reason. It'll try to fill in whatever it doesn't know. And if it's like, oh, he just smells bad, then your brain might not think of it more. Maybe one of his ancestors was a former Sister of Silence. I doubt that. I really doubt that, because blanks can still happen. Like, it's kind of like how psychers just occur naturally or unnaturally, depending how you look at it. I don't know if he necessarily had an ancestor that was a blank. It could be. We don't know all the information. At least I don't, because I've only read 2 of the books. Yeah, the Valhallan shower is just a super duper cold shower. Yeah, they also talk about how, like, yeah, someone said this too, that their facilities are at max air conditioning. For those of you who don't know, the Valhallan 597, they're from an ice world. So basically everything is covered in ice. I don't know, 24/7, like all year round, but most of the time it is. So they basically are hot. Anytime it's not frigid and freezing, they are like sweating like pigs. They are just that bothered by like mild or like slightly warm temperatures. They just don't. They don't like the heat. Even if it's like, what, 75 degrees in Fahrenheit. Sorry, Europeans and everyone else that's not in America. As a side note, I saw a comic, it was on the internet. I saw a comic talk about how the way Americans measure temperature in Fahrenheit makes the most sense, because it's almost like a percentage scale. So it's like, how hot is it? 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's 100% hot. If it's 50 degrees, yeah, it's pretty cold. It's 50% hot. 75 degrees, like, oh, 75% hot, like that's nicer. I thought it was funny just because it's the only time where Fahrenheit like makes sense if you look at it in that way, like how hot something is. But it definitely is confusing when you look at it with Celsius. As someone raised in Alaska, yeah, you can relate to it being cold out. Yeah, absolutely. summers, I don't know where you live now, but if you are living in a place like the South, especially if it's humid, humidity is the worst. Why does your scale go above 100? Because I've seen it be 105% off. Well, that means you know it's really bad. Like, that's how you know it's bad. If it's above 100%, it's bad. So you don't want above that. It's easy. It's okay if it goes, like, percentage-wise over 100, because then you know it's bad. That explanation just blew my mind like a bolt round. Gonna save that one. I don't remember who the comic is. I didn't come up with it. I'll find it and I'll put it on the Discord. I'll dig around for it. It's funny though. Never apologize to the Europeans. You're right. This is America. We don't apologize to the Europeans. Yes, I know. I know how temperatures work, and I know how units of measurements work, and that they're all technically percentages. But it makes more sense than going from like, oh, the hot temperature is like, oh gosh, am I gonna be accurate? Like 42 degrees Celsius. Let me make sure I got this right. I haven't had to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit in a hot second. Yeah, no, 42 degrees is hot. 40 is probably 35 to 38 is probably your 100% hot. Frankly, it makes more sense. What is the Celsius? Good question. Good question. We're in America. I am in America. I am in America. It doesn't matter to me. It's also like the same thing. Oh, I saw this. The only people that use metric units are students, scientists, and people who sell stuff on the side. I think that's so funny. So like doctors, students, scientists, and people who sell things on the side are the only ones who care about the metric system. In the United States, at least. Yes, okay. You're not going to convince me. You're not going to convince me to use Celsius. It's too late. I've been living for far too long here for me to convert. I'm not converting, chat. You can't convert me. I have the power of Fahrenheit on my side. Chat, I realized in my day-to-day life, all I do now in regular, serious conversations, like semi-serious conversations, I just meme all the time. Someone will say something and I'll be like, oh my gosh, you're like, da, 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 like, what did I say? I'll just meme. I'll just meme. Someone will say something and I'll meme. I'm like, oh my gosh, the VTuber is coming through in my real life. And this is bad. I emote too hard. So like, I will like move my body because like you kind of need to move it a little bit more with my model to show like my facial expressions. But like, let me tell ya, now it's like, it's infecting everything. Everything. I don't shut up, chat. I thought I would stop talking if I became a VTuber because I would get tired of all the talking. If anything, my voice has become stronger. Remember, if you start saying stuff ironically, you will soon do it unironically. It's true. It's true. It's true. I'm afraid the brain rot is terminal. I'm getting that feeling. I'm not an individual that's like terminally on the internet, so I'm safe. There's actually a lot of things that I don't know. There's like terms where my innocence isn't the right word, but my ignorance shows. So there's like terms that people use like in the Discord. I'm like, what do they mean by that? And I know nothing, chat. It all goes above my head. Oh my gosh. Ignorance is bliss. I agree, especially when it comes to the internet. I only learned about Rule 34 like 3 months ago. So that is one example of something I didn't know until I started streaming, and I heard about it. Anyways, we should get back to this instead of me talking. How? Gosh. There you go, chat. There you go, chat. That is an example of things I don't know. Yeah, don't do it, chat. Don't do it, chat. Then I will get out my Exterminatus button. What am I, 10? Yes. No, I'm not 10. I'm not 10. We are not doing cursed video challenges. Absolutely not. Chat. Hey, chat. Chat, look. Look, chat. Chat, look at it. Look at the button, chat. Chat, look at it. Look, it has a hat. Chat, we're matching. Look. Chat, look. Get distracted, chat. It's the button. The button's out. There you go, chat. Yes, it's very fast. The button is very fast. Okay. All right. So we love Jurgen. Jurgen is just such a homie. We love him. He's a 10 out of 10 in terms of loyalty. Not because of anything else. He's just a 10 out of 10. How does it make me feel that you get more excited about the button than you do for you? Honestly, I don't mind it because it means I can distract you. Because then I pull out the button. So I don't care. It's a very good tool. It's like shaking some dog treats. Like look. Or like jingling keys. More like jingling keys. So we'll keep the button up to enforce and make sure we have good behavior. All right, chat. Now chat. We talked about this one yesterday. We talked about her yesterday. We're gonna behave, chat. We're gonna behave, okay? This is, we're gonna show you the picture, and then we are going to be respectful, chat. All right, Amberly Vale, she's a baddie, and that's all we're gonna say. Lol. I found more art of her just so I could do this. Yes, I said to chat yesterday, I was talking about her because I couldn't help myself. I did not know she looked that good. Chat. I'd seen this art and I was like, oh dang, she's kind of cool. She's kind of cool. Like, dang, she looked nice. I wish I looked that nice. And I found out later that it was Amberly, and I was like, oh my, wow. Kane, that lucky guy. So she's a member of the Inquisition. She's actually one of the narrators of this. She basically goes through all of Kane's like short stories, and she orders them so they're like chronological and they actually make sense in a story. Settle down, chat. Settle down, chat. I'm gonna take away the button. Chat, until you behave, I'm taking the button. Okay? You need to behave. All right, chat, you better behave. The button has been revoked. Okay? Anyways, yeah, I'm sorry. You have to behave. Yeah, you'll never see it again. I'm sorry. Sorry. I said chat. I said chat. You needed to be responsible. You gotta behave. Anyways. I also found really cute art. I forgot. I need to pull the Twitter account. This is adorable. This is adorable, chat. Look at this. And look at that. So she met Kane in the first book. She met Kane the first time she met him was during the gravel axe incident. Honestly, he didn't know she was an Inquisitor. She was actually disguised as a singer, and she was playing like the very like unassuming, demure, like songstress. We'll call her that. And she was like, Kane was like, this was at like an important party, and Kane was like obviously taken by her. He has a very flattering description of her. Very nice. And he's like, yeah, this guy's an Inquisitor. And she's like, oh my gosh, really? Like she was really playing dumb, and it was so funny. And he was like talking about Inquisitors as she's like sitting there, an Inquisitor. And like when they introduced this woman, I was like, this is Amberly. This has to be Amberly. This is like so good of a description. Like he was like, ooh, he was looking. I was like, this has to be Amberly. And then later she introduces herself and she says, oh, I'm Amberly. And that we know she's the Inquisitor who's writing these annotations into this story. So she's like, she's very cool, and her disguises are on point. Yeah, he was just trying to impress her and look cool with his connections, and she's like, I know more than you. But she seemed pretty taken by him as well. At least she like, I was like, oh, she's very cool. Artist for the cute art is Luthernial. I think that's how you say it. Thank you very much. I love the art. Honestly, I like their sketches. They have so many cute little sketches. And look at this. I mean, look at her. She's so wholesome looking. Like, she's like, yeah, we're gonna go do some stuff. We're part of the Inquisition. Like, that's adorable. That is adorable right there. They don't, like, she looks so cute. And, like, this is like, oh, she's dangerous but pretty. And the other one is, she's dangerous, chat. Don't touch that. Don't do it. So, yeah, she cosplays. She basically cosplays. Yeah, her cliff notes are really good. They're well timed in the audiobook. She throws so much shade. But she's honestly, like, she defends Kane pretty well. So it's funny, we said earlier that Kane is an unreliable narrator, but she is also unreliable because she's picking and choosing what gets presented. And she's very biased. She's very biased. So biased. She's like, yeah, I kind of like that guy. I like that man. I like that Imperial man. That's my take on the meme. Could you do me a favor, darling? She says to Kane with dangerous intent. Yes, absolutely. I have some memes later on that we're going to look at, chat. I got like a couple memes. Kane is such a meme. He Pikachu faced on the reveal. Yeah, so what happened was he thought this other guy is a rogue trader named Aurelius. Kind of cool though. Like the name. He thought he was a rogue trader, but he wasn't actually. He ended up going on a mission with Amberly, and last minute Kane was like, yo, we're gonna save these people because they're stuck and they're gonna die. And so he scoops him up, and then he's like, are you okay, Inquisitor? And he's like, we saved the Inquisitor, don't worry. And Amberly's like, yes you did. And he's like, huh I was like, yeah, he Pikachu faced. He was like, So that was really funny. Every other girl Kane meets has crap said about them in the footnotes. I haven't gotten that far where he's met like other girls, but that sounds hilarious. I mean, there's only one other girl that Amberly references. They talk about Lady General Sula. She becomes the first and only, I think, Lady General for the Imperial Guard. And Sula worked with Kane in the Valhallan 597th. And she, because Amberly talks about how Kane kind of just focuses on his own personal involvement. He doesn't really include the extra historical details. But Sula, General Sula, has a whole book about it. And Amberly throws her such shade because she basically writes in low Gothic and it's not very good writing. And honestly, if you have the opportunity, you only need to listen to one of the audiobooks. The voice acting is perfect for Sula. It's like so serious. And like she's like trying to be all like grandeur about like what she's saying. But it's so funny. It's so funny. And Amberly every time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Amberly, shut up. She's like, I'm so sorry, you have to listen to this. It's like hard to listen to, but you can skip it if you want. Like it just really sucks. And I was like, oh my gosh, Amberly, you gotta chill. You gotta chill, girl. Now, who plays Sula in live action? How is she described again? She's blonde. I think they said she's blonde. I imagine her with dark hair. I don't know who would play her, but someone else said, I love that she has like a puppy crush on Kane. Yeah, like she's so inspired by him. Like, oh yeah, he was probably somewhere else because he's a hero. Like he's such a hero. I'm inspired by him. And Kane's just like, girl, like step away. He finds her so annoying, which is really funny. In later books, she actually nitpicks Sula's writing. That's funny. Because before she was just like, oh man, okay, I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with it. They describe her as equine. Oof. Well, you can't be as bad as that one Inquisitor. I heard about it from a friend who is in the, oh gosh, Eisenhorn books, who basically turns himself into a horse-ish, kind of like a horse-looking face dude. At least she doesn't look like that. Long face like a horse. Yeah, honestly, she is so cool. I want to be her when I grow up. Worships Cain on a like, what would Jesus do? Yeah, pretty much. She actually said that, like she was gonna like charge into somewhere, and she's like, what would Commissar Cain do? And then she's like, and then she just go and does a thing, and like Cain's like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, girl? What's wrong with you? And like, it was so funny. Oh, that's in the second book, though. There's I'll explain it briefly. I won't give any details. There's an instance where basically Sula comes in and basically meets up with Cain, like kind of like saves them. Not exactly. And so she's excited to see him. And the way she writes it in her book is like, she's like, and he said, of course it was you, Sula. Of course it was you. And it's so funny because she thinks he said it like that, but actually he's like, of course it had to be you. It had to be you, the person who showed up to save me. What the heck? I hate that. I thought that was hilarious. I was busting a gut. What would Cain do? Run away, fail at running away, kill everything, win. Yes, that's what Cain would do. No, I haven't read any extra stories. Oops, sorry, I'm getting crack in my neck. But yeah, that I think was so funny. Sula's funny, like unironic, like she, not unironically. She's just like she's just so unaware. It's funny. All right. This is just regular Amberly stuff. She just knows many languages, but chat. So Cain is a VTuber and Vale is chat, kind of. Except Vale doesn't have like 50 million personalities. Okay. So chat. So I can pick up on subtext in books. They didn't indicate anything in the first book beyond this line. So I will provide context. I have a quote. I heard it and I said, I'm sorry. What did you say, girl? How do you know this information? Okay. Are you ready? Here's context. Okay. The context is Cain had to execute some soldiers he really didn't want to. It was like a bad situation that he just kind of had to deal with. So he had to make a tough call. And he basically says later, he's like, yeah, like, I don't really lose sleep over that sort of stuff. It's like really unfortunate, but like, it's not something I lose sleep over. So he says that. And then, and I couldn't believe this. Sorry, I have to drink lots of water. I'm finished with my tea. I drank like 2 cups of tea. Amberly comes in with an annotation, and I was like, girl, how do you know these details? So I knew in this moment, I knew exactly what their relationship was going to be like. I've certainly known him to be awoken by nightmares on several occasions. Dang it, I misspelled that. Anyways. And I was like, how? Amberly, look at me, girl. How do you know he's been woken up by nightmares, Amberly? You kind of have to be there. You kind of have to be there, Amberly, to know that he's waking up like that. You care to explain? Honey? Because you obviously got the feeling that they were gonna form an attachment. But like, I got the feeling, and then she said, then I said, oh yeah, they're totally, yep. Okay, they definitely did. Yes. Yeah, the ends of the books feed into this, but this one was like in the middle of the book, and I was surprised. It was like chapter 13. I was like, girl. It's a platonic sleepover? Oh, yeah, sure, okay. But I knew in that moment. I was like, okay, I see where you're at, honey. I see. Yes, could we put our Minecraft beds together? Like, would that be okay if I put my Minecraft bed next to yours? Unless... Yes. It's sleepovers. It's Imperium mandated sleepovers. Find yourself someone who looks at you the way she looks at Kane, chat? Yes, absolutely. I love it. Honestly, it was so funny. I like stopped, I paused, I was like, I like actually said that out loud. I was like, girl. And then I rewound it and I, oh, it is funny, but you know. It made me laugh. Yes, at the end of some of the books, she'll just be a little bit like, there'll be like a conversation, and then she'll like stop. She's like, and you know, there's nothing else. I mean, that's like personal matters. We don't need to get into it. And I was like, dang, is Kane a kiss and tell kind of guy? So I hope not. That's rude. Don't do that. Don't do that, people. Don't do that. That's absolutely rude. Anyways. Yes, Aurelius the Golden One. I love doing the fingers, like the finger emojis like that. My a friend taught me that, and now it's like my favorite thing to do when I want something. All right, chat. All right, chat. We're gonna bring back the button. All right, chat, we're gonna settle down now. We talked about it for a little bit, and now we're gonna stop, okay? It was unavoidable. We've talked about it. All right, so I'm gonna bring back the button. If you promise to be good, chat, will you be good? No more. We're not gonna talk about it anymore. We had to talk about it. There's no way to get around it. Yeah, I was based on this picture here. I will say, I was surprised how much Kane would like straight up say. And this picture is one of those things. I was like, oh my. I also love this art. The artist did put their name on this, so I appreciate that. I I love this art of him. Like I said, I don't like the art where he's got like a massive weird looking chin. Not my favorite, but I really like this art. It's really good. And like something about having that like the sketched, like the line art, it's not really line art, but like that sketched look, I don't know, makes it better than having it be in full color in some ways. Define, be good. Don't be corrupted by chaos, chat. He only has nightmares if Jurgen isn't nearby. Oh, you're right. You're right. If you think about it, because Jurgen's a blank. So if Jurgen can probably stop any psychic attacks. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. My hat is very lovely. I got it from Kane himself. He loses his hats on occasion, and I just show up and take them. When do you get a button with CP? What is CP? Oh, channel points? That's a good point. I don't know. I will look into it. That's a really good point. Thank you, Streaver. I will do that. I will think about that. That's a very good point. Remember, most of the artwork is propaganda. Maybe. This artwork or the other artwork? Because I like his chin. He got a nice chin. Guess what, guys? Jurgen is an iPad kid. I'm sorry, that's so dumb. That's so dumb. He's an iPad kid. Or like a data slate. Blanks are sleep medication. Oh, that'd be nice. Okay, the book covers are supposedly propaganda photos. Honestly, but I don't know about you, but I think you'd have more female guard units inspired by the actual look of him. The muscles are fine. I can tell the muscles are a little much, but if you showed his actual face, I honestly think that you'd get more female guard inspired by him. That's just me, though. He's a handsome dude. But I like this art. So I'll provide context for the book. The time period is 934 millennia, the 41st millennia. They are on this planet called Gravelax. It is a small agri-world on the border of the Tau Empire. I did not put my apostrophe in there. I'm sorry. Fan art is more realistic. I like this art. Honestly, this is very nice art. I think I have another photo in here from this artist. I like it a lot. Butt chin is peak human performance. You know someone is like a... Oh my gosh. Oh, you'll find this funny. I was gonna say this. You know someone's a Chad when they've got the cool, like, that strong chin, the butt chin. As a side note, I knew someone when I was younger that had the butt chin, and his name was Chad. It's so funny now that I think about it. I'm not gonna give any more details than that, but like, that's hilarious. I was like, oh yeah, you're like, you kind of have that Chad look if you got that strong chin with like sometimes the butt chin. And yeah, I knew someone, I'm not kidding, I knew someone who had the chin. Oh no, Cain started a cult with him being worshipped as a saint. I mean, I don't know if you can blame some of those people. The chin. Oh no. No. Oh, okay, good. Okay, I got worried for a second, then I actually started thinking for a moment. Chad button. We have a button with abs, and we have a button with a hat, and then we have a button with a chin. Okay. Oh my gosh. So, Basically, kind of what happens in this book, they're having beef. Imperials are having beef with the Tau because the Tau have been using Gravelax as like a trading post, and people don't like to listen to the Emperor. And they're like, "Oh, these Tau, they're not so bad. They're not so bad," and they start corrupting their way of life. Yeah, no spoilers for future books. We're just talking about book 1. But Jin. Anyways, the Tau had begun to influence the planet's citizens, and like it was affecting their architecture, their way of life, and they were slowly like, oh, it's the greater good, all that stuff. So basically, the situation like basically was starting to escalate, and there was a military presence that was called in. So I don't have specific slides on what happened, but I will like briefly, like I'll give you like an overview of how everything went down, and then we'll kind of, I don't have like final thoughts, but I have more slides. So here's what happened. They go to Gravelax. There are issues that are happening with the Tau. Kane, basically gets wrapped up, almost like gets killed in a riot by Tau supporters. So there's like a bunch of Tau supporters, and then there's regular like Imperial supporters. So Kane and his friend almost get like they were going to be done. They get saved by a Kroot, which is, I just learned what a Kroot is. It's another alien race. Looks freaking weird. I don't like it. Basically saves their lives. And when Kane later is invited to the governor's mansion, palace, we could say, for a dinner, it's basically a diplomatic dinner where the Tau come and they're all supposed to work things out. They're supposed to be friends because they don't want to fight. And it is revealed that the Astra Militarum doesn't want to fight because their Tyranids are coming soon, and they're also worried about Necrons. So they're like, oh man, if we get stuck in a war right now, we're not going to have the guards we need to fight the Tyranids in like the next decade or so. What, like something like that. Maybe not a decade, it might be a little less than that. So what happens there is that during this dinner, this is where Kane meets Amberly, and he gets all like head over heels for her. And the Tau ambassador, he gets assassinated. And they basically discovered that this was something planned in advance, because before word could like get out through proper channels, everyone in the city knew that the Tau ambassador had been assassinated. And so they're like, okay, something's wrong. This is clearly planned in advance. They're trying to start a war, and we don't know, like this faction is trying to start a war. We don't know who. So basically Kane calms the situation down, and he escorts, like he's such a homie for this. He escorts the Tau basically back to their camp. He has to like take matters into his own hands. So there's some Imperial Guard that end up like dying because they're not Imperial Guard, sorry. Well, I would not lower their station. PDF, Planetary Defense Forces, not a file you save on your computer. So he basically is like, yo, I'll take you back to your base. He takes them back to the base, and they're trying to investigate, hey, what's going on? There's some other fights that happen. He meets Amberly, and he like saves her. He saves her and her companions. And then Amberly's like, hey, baby, why don't we go and solve this mystery together? Let's go on a very difficult mission. And he's like, yay, of course. That's all I've ever wanted to do. This is like my most favorite thing ever. I'm so excited. I'm so glad he got voluntold to do this. So he basically gets a crew of people together who are already fated to, die. And they essentially go down into the Undercity to figure out, they have a lead that the people who are behind this are underneath the city. So They go down there, and we find out that Kane is actually a he says that he was born on a hive world. We never find out what hive world it is. His accounts aren't really accurate, but based on like how good he is in tunnels and like getting his location and all that, like finding his bearings in tunnels, it's pretty clear beyond him just saying, oh, I lived on a hive planet. He also just he just knows what he's doing. So he has very good survival skills. All right, so so they go down into the tunnels, figure out what's going on. They run into some Tau, and the Tau are like, what are you doing here? And the Imperials are like, well, what are you doing here? And it turns out they're both trying to figure out the same thing. They both had leads that whatever is happening is going on down there. So they team up. They team up and they go down together. And guess what they discover, chat? Guess what they discover? They discovered there were gene stealers. Gene stealers in the basement. Not a basement, that's a very oversimplification of an undercity, but they find gene stealers that have been infecting the planet for generations. And they have been the ones that have been trying to start a war between the Tau and the Imperium, because gene stealers are part of Tyrannid. They're basically tyrannical, or Tyrannid, however you want me to say it. Yes, they were stealing genes, chat. They were stealing your genes. I almost posted something in the Discord server where I said like, oh, I better, after this book, I better go hide my genes. I thought it was funny, but I decided against it. So, basically, they're connected to the Tyrannids, and they wanted to start the war because the Tyrannids, if the Imperial Guard and the Tau fought each other, then neither would be at full strength to stop the Tyrannids. So that was their whole plan. That was their whole purpose. So they see them and they're like, oh shoot, war is going to start breaking out up there very soon. We need to tell everyone. So they try to go escape. There's some people in the Tau party, the Kroot that basically saved Kane's life. It does a dumb, and he basically angers the Gene Stealers. The Gene Stealers spot them, and they get into the worst fight of their lives. Like there's like thousands of Gene Stealers in these tunnel systems looking for them. The fight is awful. It's horrible. It's really bad. They barely get away. Kane gets separated, but they meet back up. And there's five people that they brought with them. So I mentioned the cafeteria riot earlier. The people that were convicted of like killing some of the other individuals in the riot were basically said like, look, your only option is you're basically dead meat anyway, so you will be assigned to the next mission that is almost like a suicide mission. And one guy defected from the group because he was like, no, this is like too like bad, and then Kane later encounters him, and then he fights him, and it's really cool. And then as they're like trying to escape, they keep getting attacked by more Gene Stealers. They get separated from the Tau, and there is a moment where the walls start collapsing in, and Amberly and Kane get away, but the other four, the other four troopers and Jurgen get trapped on the other side of the wall, where they have to fight the rest of the Gene Stealers. And for a moment, it's like Jurgen, like, boom, Jurgen is gone. Oh my gosh, I was like, bro, there's no way. Jurgen is a homie. Kane and Jurgen have been serving together for 13 years at this point in the series. A 40k VTuber? Based, yes. I'm Aurelia, and I like to talk about Warhammer. I'm a huge nerd. So, Amberly and Kane are like, well, we have to escape. We need to tell people this is more important. Like, this mission is so important. We need to tell them so we can prevent war from occurring. So they attempt to leave, but they actually end up going downwards. Kane notices this, but he doesn't realize Amberly doesn't know this. They go downwards and they find, like, basically the Gene Stealer nest. They find the Gene Stealer nest and they encounter the Gene Stealer Patriarch, which is like their big boss bug. And they have to fight it. But then Deus Ex Machina Jurgen hops in. He's actually alive. Part of the tunnel collapsed, which kept them him and another dude separated from the Gene Stealers. Best woman is best nerd. Yes, join us. Anyways. Oh, what was I saying? I get distracted by the chat. Basically, Jurgen comes in, and we find out that Jurgen, I mean, we kind of knew this before, Jurgen has always given people, like, weird impressions. They don't like him, but when Jurgen goes to fight the Gene Stealers, they recoil. And it basically, I had suspicions about it, before he fought the Gene Stealers. I was like, I think Jurgen is a blank. And basically it confirmed it because Jurgen is able to kill the Patriarch with his melt-a-gun, and Jurgen is so cool. Just awesome. The other guy that survived, he was actually starting to, like, I was actually starting to like him. His name's Sorrel, and he was kind of described as a psychopath. Like, he had no emotions, even when he was getting, like, sentenced for his crimes and a bunch of other stuff. But he was actually starting to warm up to me because he was starting to, like, get a personality and actually enjoy the people he was, like, talking to. So they kill the Patriarch, and everyone is, like, we're like, yes, this is good. So they find an escape route, and they get out of the tunnels, and guess what, chat? What happens is that they enter, like, the basement or part of the governor's palace. It turns out the governor was a Gene Stealer the whole time. He had, so Gene Stealers have extra limbs, so he had a third limb, and he killed the Tau ambassador, and it looked like he couldn't have done it because you think he's a regular human. He's not. He kills Sorrel, which is so sad because, like, the man didn't even have a chance. I mean, it's pretty clean on Kane's end because Amberly promised the troopers that went with them that if they survived, they would get fully pardoned by the Inquisition, and that they would be free to go and assigned to other units. So the governor kills Sorrel, and I'm like, man, that friggin' sucks. And then Amberly and Kane fight him, and it was a really cool fight. And Amberly has, like, special ring that shoots lasers, lightning. I forget what it was specifically called, but they fight, and Amberly has a cool moment where she points her finger at the guy. Like, if you're gonna finish a boss fight, you might as well look super cool doing it. She points her finger at the guy, and she, like, electrocutes him. Do you want me to do that again, chat? And she gets him. She roasts him. Ooh. Yeah, rip Sorrel. He was kind of getting cool at the end, so, but in the end it kind of worked out for Kane because paperwork. So they basically tell everyone, they're like, yo, this is what's happening, let's not fight each other, but we've killed all the things we need to kill. I think we've mostly neutralized the problem, we just need to get the rest of them. So they come out of the mansion, and everyone is like, oh my gosh. And so surprisingly, 2 of the troopers from that were down in the tunnels survived. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, how did you survive? And they're like, oh, we're not really sure. We're just fighting and it just happened. And Kane looks at Amberly and Amberly looks at Kane. And then Kane shoots them both in the head. I shouldn't laugh, but there's context. One thing that gene stealers do is like they like to disorient their enemy and they want to infiltrate the next generations. So what they did to these 2 troopers is that they like cut open a portion of like their ribs and insert, it's basically an organism, like an organ that basically ensures that the gene stealer, like genetics, will go on to the next generation. So Kane and Amberly recognized this, and unfortunately, those 2 troopers, even though they survived, had to die. It was the whole purpose. They were supposed to be a feint, so you think, oh, we got them all, and they miraculously survived. It was, like, super unfortunate. I was like, bro, that blows. But I got a feeling when, like, Kane was, like, looking at them, I was like, oh, this isn't good. They are not gonna last. Yeah, they're tricky guys. So in other news, the Tau also had some of their people that were down in the tunnels. They survived. And Kane is like staring at them because Kane is like, oh my gosh, they look very similar to how our guys did. But he basically, like, I think he feels kind of guilty about this, but he lets the Tau go. The Tau likely had that gene stealer organism put in their body, and Amberly just let it happen. Because in the end, the Imperium, they're not good guys. And if their enemy is weakened in the future, that's a bonus for them. Yeah, it's the gene stealer, like, seed. Yeah, Kane wants to like help them and say like, no, wait, but Amberly's like, yep, that's fine. We don't need to tell them. It's all good because the Tau don't really know much about the gene stealers, but the Imperium does. Yeah, he was actually quite disturbed at how like she wasn't gleeful, she smiled. But I got that same feeling that it was just like, oh wow, girl, you are stone cold, man. So that's kind of like a summary. It's a lot easier to explain than the devastation of Baal, let me tell you. So much easier to explain. It's only one point of view. Apparently, every once in a while, Amberly butts in and says a thing, and sometimes you get more information on what's happening in other parts of the conflict, but for the most part, it's really straightforward because it's only one viewpoint. Yeah, her actions by not doing anything could technically could save Imperial lives, because if the Tau are dealing with something with, like, if the Tau are dealing with their own gene stealer issues, then they're less likely to deal with the Imperials. Yeah, a kitten would agree with her. I think so. It really sucks because if you think of it, you're like, oh, yikes. So she is technically doing her job by allowing the gene stealer cult to infect the Tau. Pretty messed up, though. Pretty messed up. Would not recommend. There you go. Amberly doing, I don't know, is it a war crime? It's definitely not good. She's allowing for a lot of bad things to happen. So, yeah. 10 out of 10 would recommend for the Emperor. Yeah, I think the Emperor would have been behind on that decision too. She's also kind of chill for an Ordo Xenos. She doesn't immediately want to kill all the Tau all the time. Yeah, no, she's chill about it. She actually like learns languages, so she knows a little bit of Orcish, Tau, and Eldar. It's only a war crime if you get caught, Berserker Rush. I don't know about that. I think it's still a war crime. It's still a war crime. Oh my gosh. War crimes in 40k? What do you mean? Everything is a war crime. You do anything, it's a war crime. Oh, Kitsune, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. Thank you very much. Everyone, big thank you to Kitsune if you got a membership. And definitely, huge thank you. Thank you very much. Just a little war crime as a treat. Oh my. Yes. Look at all those memberships. Look at all those chickens. Thank you very much, Kitsune. It's only a war crime if you're in Canada. Oh my gosh. What was I saying? Oh my gosh, I got distracted. I think it's Kyubi. Caiaphas Cain, hero of the Imperium. Yes, he is a hero. Such a hero. We love this guy. A little war crime for me? Yes, I will allow you to have a little war crime before dinner. War crimes happen in war in the grim darkness of the far future. There is only war, yes. Therefore, all crimes in 40k are war crimes. Yes and no. I think there are war zones, and if you commit a crime in a war zone, then it's a... No, that's not true. You can commit a war crime in a not a war zone, and it is still a war crime. Well, yes. War crimes abound, chat. So, I think that covered that. So, one of the things that I noticed about Cain that was pretty frequent is that this man has the worst luck. He has the worst luck I've ever seen. He tries to avoid danger, but he ends up being so unlucky, and he finds things that are so much worse. Like, at this point, I feel like he should just confront the main fight head on so he can avoid all the drama. But knowing him, he would probably still have issues. He would probably still have issues. So, he gets in the bad situations all the time. It's only a war crime the second time? No. I mean, yes, technically. Because then they classify it as a war crime after it happens once. Yeah, he gets his tingly palms. That's so funny. Also, okay, people make fun of this. So, if any of you, probably not, have ever read A Court of Thorns and Roses or the ACOTAR series, there's always a joke that one of the main characters gets watery bowels. And like, it's mentioned twice in the series. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. Do you know how many times Cain talks about his clenched bowels? Like, he says that, like, I've heard it at least 5 times. Where he talks about his bowels clenching or his bowels relaxing. And I'm like, why are we talking about this? Why? I don't need to know about your bowel situation. Yeah, my bowels froze. I'm like, why? Why are they doing that? They should not do that. Your bowels should not be doing anything. I'm not kidding. Listen to the book or read the book. It happens. It happens. It's at least twice a book. Yeah. The bowels do be acting up. I don't know why. I don't know why. He's terrified of soiling himself in fear. I mean, that's fair, but like, it just happens way too much. It's said way too much for me to be comfortable. I was like, why, sir? Like, they give that that author for the other series so much, they give her so much crap for it. Like, don't say, oh, my bowels got watery. Like, ew, what's up with that? And he, like, This series says it so much. I'm surprised no one else has jumped on it so freaking hard. But it is also not in mainstream book talk. The book talk girlies don't know about this one. Don't think they'd be interested. Man has IBS. Oh, rip. It's gotta be the Tana. Oh no. Oh my gosh, yeah. We need to know how close he was to soiling himself. Yes, I guess we need to know that. That he was actually terrified the whole time. This facade, it's... Military food. Oh, the military food. Oh boy. Or the recaf. Yes, the recaf. I've not experienced that because I'm not a fan of recaf, but I've heard enough about recaf that I understand. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just had to say that because that was like a note. I didn't even put it on the slides. I was just like, what is up with this? They say this way too much for it to be normal. This guy has problems. This is just kind of a list of all the situations that Kane has found himself in that, like, it wasn't his fault. They just happened. The street brawl, that diplomatic dinner turned into, like, rioting. He gets assigned missions that get out of hand so fast. Like, he knew going with the Inquisitor down into the Undercity was going to be a bad move, but it got way worse. It got way worse. And then escape attempts going wrong, like when they were trying to leave and they found the Patriarch, you know, as you do. As you do, chat. 40k books love their bowels and ichor, I guess. The ichor, yes, I knew about that. They love that word. All 40k authors need to know that word. They say ichor a lot. Especially if you're talking about Tyranids. For sure, Tyranids. Wait, I thought the best girl in Warhammer 40k was a Custodes named Aurelia. Was there another girl mentioned? I mean, Amberly is really cool, honestly. I want to be her when I grow up. I want to be her. She sounds so cool. So, note to self, if you ever want to write for GW, that's your own thing. But you need to know that word. You need to know that. Oh man, Amberly's better than me. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm definitely not as cool. Definitely not as cool. Dino fan, recaf is coffee because actual coffee is gone. Yeah. Yep. Watch, one chapter will be Kane meeting a Custodes named Aurelia, about to make a Vox cast. Surely she'll be fine. It's fine. Yeah, but even though Kane has, like, really, really bad luck, I kind of said this earlier, he manages to get out of the situations. Like, this man is also very lucky. He's unlucky and lucky at the same time. Like we said, he has a lot of survival skills, and he actually uses his logic, but he does have a lot of luck. Because he grew up on the Hive world, he has, like, survival skills. It's very instinctive. And then, I honestly think the Emperor intervenes on his behalf. Like, the stuff that goes down is, like, everything works out for Kane. Like, everything works out. Like, when it really sucks, yeah, he has to know things. Like, he has to fight really well. And... like, he's got to know his stuff, but, like, in the end, like, things just seem to work out. I wonder what snarky footnotes Amberly would put down for a meeting between Aurelia and Kane. She'd probably talk about my ears. Probably talk about my ears. I don't know if there's, and don't spoil it if there is, if there's a part where Kane interacts with Eldar, maybe it's, like, a similar thing, because Amberly's just going to assume I'm an Eldar. She's going to be like, yeah, no, she's an Eldar. She's not an abhuman. She's just gonna be mean about it, I'm sure. Even though I want to be her when I grow up. Man has the most luck. Whether that luck is good or bad is up for debate. It really depends. He has both. It oscillates. The Emperor holds Kane's hands. That's why his palms tingle. Oh my gosh. Kane is Han Solo of 40k. Preternatural luck. Yeah. Yep. Oh no, she'd bring up my secret Femstodes period. How would she know? I hid that document. I thought I burned it with my psyker powers. Oh my gosh. Oh no. In any case, it's pretty crazy how much bad luck and good luck this guy has. Just so impressed with him. Now, chat. Chat, I have put together some memes for our benefit. Hello, everyone who's joining. The ears can be excused, but you're also pretty and tall. Pretty and tall and pointy ears scream Eldar. The only thing I have to save me from Eldar allegations is being clumsy. Well, I can't really show you that I'm clumsy. Like, that's kind of difficult. I could. I mean, I could attempt. I could show you, but like, this medium doesn't work well for that. It's not very conducive. Femstodes confirmed. No, I didn't confirm nothing. Oh crap, I did. No, 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 no. That's not what I meant. No, 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 no. This is not canon. This is not canon, chat. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, I did not. Nope, that's not what I meant, chat. That's not what I meant. You know that's not what I meant. Ah, dang it. Dang it. It's too late. The memes are being made as we speak. That's how Amberly finds out, I'm sure. She looks back in time and she's like, look at all these memes that got made. Huh. Chat, I was just trying to have a good time. Talk about the hero of the Imperium, and you just twisted on me. She abuses her inquisitorial powers to dig up dirt on any girl who speaks more than 2 sentences with Kane. So you haven't spoken to him yet, so, off topic, what is your art tag? The artwork I commissioned came in this morning. I haven't put together an art tag, but I've been meaning to, so I will do that today. Let me write that down. I will send an art tag in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord, and I will post it there. I'll also put it on my Twitter. I am not a social media girly. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. Krubby. Or Kyobi? You look like another user that's Krubby, but I don't think you're the same person. Anyways, art tags, I will do that today too. I will do that. Oh no. Oh boy, I've made mistakes in my life, chat. I've made mistakes. I have one of his hats. He loses his hats often, so you know, I just found it. I'm like Trazyn. I think Trazyn probably canonically has one of Kane's hats. I think that'd be funny. Trazyn's like, yes, we gotta take that. We gotta take that. Okay, chat, I have memes. Do we want to look at memes? What? There's a fanfic called Caiaphas Kane, War Master of Chaos. It's exactly what it sounds like. That, I mean, he is chaotic. He's chaotic. Trazyn has his fingers. Oh my gosh. All right, chat, memes. I have a couple of memes that I prepared. I thought they were the funniest. Caiaphas Kane, hero of the Imperium, when given literally any frontline assignment. He is like, oh yeah, I'm good, I'm fine, I can totally do that. And he's like, oh no. Oh no! Oh no! And there's Jurgen in the back. Bowl of tennis, sir. Yeah. Jurgen is the homie. He's like, sir, you need to calm down. Gives him tea. Alright. This one. Kane, explaining how he survived all his missions. I can't do a Kronk voice, but by all accounts, this doesn't make any sense. Which is so accurate. So accurate, it doesn't make any sense. It just happens. It just happens, chat. Gosh, this guy. Look at his muscles. That was like, this is like a really good one. I like this one too. Yeah. What a cool dude. All right. Next ones. This is technically there are spoilers. I don't know all the references, but basically anyone that Kane fights is the top. You can't defeat me, Kane. I know, but he can. Jurgen with the melt-a-gun coming in hot and just blasting. Anyway, he started blasting, and that's basically what happens. Yes, he's got a big friend in Jurgen. Jurgen with his melt-a-gun, my beloved. And now you understand why I like the multi-melta so much in the bolt gun DLC. It is my favorite. I blast, and it's wonderful. I love it so much. Caiaphas Kane, he ran bravely from chaos. Yes. Yes. What do you mean it's canon I'm not tall? What? I think you're misinformed. Anyways. Yeah, I guess Jurgen as Danny DeVito would be funny. So anyways, I started blasting. I just don't think Danny DeVito would be the best pick because Danny DeVito is known for, like, his conversation and the lines he gets. And Jurgen hardly talks. Yeah, Jurgen is the MVP. A little Harry Potter meme for you. Why is it when something goes wrong at war, it's always your regiment? Believe me, Lady Inquisitor, I've been asking myself the same question for 20 years. Honestly, in the 2 books I've read, and likely the 3rd one, Amberly's gonna pop up and be like, why is there always a problem? That's Castine and Brocklor, by the way. Castine is the colonel for the regiment, and Brocklaw is her major, basically her veteran officer, senior officer. I thought it was funny. Because Kane's like, I don't know why this keeps happening, but it keeps happening, and I hate it. I hate it. Yeah. All right. How many is this? I think I have another. We got a Johnny Bravo meme. Hello, Inquisition. There's a handsome devil in my house. Wait a second, cancel that. It's only me. This is Kane. Kane vibes all over it. Kane is like perfectly illustrated in this one. Just look at that. That's so Kane. He's not completely a himbo. He's like kind of sometimes, but not really. He's a really logical and like forward-thinking guy. He's not that bad. He's not that bad. He's better than you think, chat. That's for sure. Gosh, I love Kane. Yeah, I don't think Kane is as vain as Johnny. I totally agree. Just because I don't know some internet terms doesn't mean I like don't. I know some internet terms. Just because I don't know some of the maybe mainstream ones doesn't mean it's fine. I prefer my ignorance over the chaos everyone else lives in. It's fine. Yeah, so it does say Shadow Seeker. Yes, I think something Kane says in the book, Jurgen has his own military rank that doesn't exist just to make our boy stand out. Yes, to the other officers. Like, yeah, he has a special title. I forget what they called it. But it's so that people aren't like, oh, it's just some aide. Like, no, Jurgen is the best, most helpful boy. Most helpful boy. All right. Nobody. Imperial Commissars. Sebastian Yerrick. Ibram Gaunt. Caiaphas Kane. What? A little what? He's a little goofy guy. A little silly. He's a little silly guy. Look at him. And look at Jurgen down there. Look at him. Look at that's Jurgen. That's Jurgen, chat. Look at him. Little guy. Jurgen, look at him. I like this meme too. There are so many good memes. And I like how they put the hats to the dudes. Because there's a art of Kane. So funny story. My friend got some art done for his Inquisitor, his original character Inquisitor, and they actually used the Commissar Kane art. This particular hat, like this is one where he's drinking the Tana. So it's like this hand and this hat are from that piece of art, and his character actually looks kind of similar to Kane. It's funny looking back on it because I didn't know it was Kane at the time. So, honestly, I maybe I should show that art off eventually. But it's funny because his vibes are similar to Kane in terms of like the style and the outfit, because my friend's Inquisitor dresses very similar to a Commissar. He's got like the cool jacket, coat, the hat, but it's not like a complete match. Like he doesn't wear like kind of the suit piece underneath. He wears different stuff. Yes. But I like this meme. Personally. All right, and I think this is my last slide with all the memes on it. Well, my last slide too. You bump into your Inquisitor girlfriend on a backwater. Could you do me a favor, darling? Yeah, you don't want to ever run into your Inquisitor girlfriend because you know stuff is going to go down. Especially if she's Xenos. Or, honestly, any Inquisitor, if we're being perfectly honest. If we're being perfectly honest, you don't want to run into her at all. Oh, you sent me the Kane TTS link? Great. Perfect. Thank you, Bard. We will look at that because that'll be something good to watch. The hat is scared too. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh my gosh, you're right. The hat has the eyes popping out of the head. That's hilarious. I didn't notice that. That's so funny. Malleus would be the worst because if she calls the Grey Knights, the relationship is probably over. Also your life. Yes, actually, that would be the worst. Yep, I agree. You would want to make yourself scarce, for sure. Be like, I love you, babe. Gotta go. Bye. All right. This is how Commissar Kane operates. He gets sent to the front lines. He tries to weasel out of it. Ends up finding a more dangerous threat and saves the day through dumb luck. I would also add with some survival skills. And then he gets sent to the front lines again. One of the quotes was, one thing they don't tell you about being a hero of the Imperium is that they try to find more inventive ways to get you killed. Because they're like, you can do anything, so we're gonna put you up, we're gonna give you like our hardest missions. And he's like, oh, you really shouldn't have. No, you shouldn't have. Why did you do this to me? Poor Kane, man, can't get a rest. Anyways, the last meme is, I think I'll go make myself a sandwich now. But little did I know, I had unwittingly initiated a chain of events which would force me into a situation of unimaginable danger. Honestly, this gets said like multiple times, which is why there's a meme. honestly, he says that often. He's like, little did I know, had I been a little more tactful in my response, or had I been like, had I not done that, we would be in a much better situation now. Take the word luck out of your vocabulary, Imperial Citizen. Kane saves the day through the Emperor protects. Yes, the Emperor does protect. Have I seen the TTS Kane one? No, but we're going to watch it after this. I didn't know if it was like integral to the TTS storyline, so I didn't watch it. But we will today. Yay! Yeah, Kane's big thing is that he makes friends with shoulders so that they become willing meat shields, which unintentionally makes him super popular. Yeah, well, okay. So, real stuff here. Chat, if you're in your job and you need something to get done, let's say you're in a higher position than someone else and you need something to get done for a particular task. And this can apply to even like if you're on the same level as someone. This is just general advice. This is not related to Kane. It kind of is, but you'll understand what I'm saying. The best way, if you want things done, and I'm not saying to manipulate people. Let me make this clear. What I'm saying is genuinely be nice and kind to people and have a conversation instead of being like a jerk about it. Because there's sometimes where people I've gotten emails where it's like, hey, can you do this? Like, do this, do that. No, I think anyone can agree that if you get an email or you get a message like that, you're not going to want to do it. What I found, and I have been told this by mentors, is that the best way to do it is to like have a conversation with someone. Instead of sending an email, find the person if they're available and they're free and have a conversation with them. Let them see like the human behind the request. And then you get to know them. And every once in a while you go and you have a conversation with them. Because if you're genuine about it and you're actually being kind and you have that conversation, yeah, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I partially read the book. I did not finish the book. I'm ashamed of that because, well, don't worry about why I'm ashamed. I haven't finished the book. But you appear human to that person and you show that you care and that you're not just going to send emails. You can have like a regular conversation. That sounds like being a doormat. Oh, no. No, it's not being a doormat, but just by having a regular conversation, it can make your life a whole lot easier and people will genuinely find you more likable. I think for the most part, and I know there are exceptions, people don't mind being liked. Is it someone's goal like, oh, I don't need to be liked by everyone? That's fine. You don't need to be. That's definitely true. But it definitely makes your life a little bit easier when people kind of like you. So, yeah. That's that. How to Win Friends and Influence People is a good book. I highly recommend it. I should finish it, really. Isn't that book pretty manipulative? Here's the thing. You need to be genuine about it. I can't say like, oh, if you do this, like you're being manipulative. You have to have genuine intention. I don't know anyone behind this, but if you're genuinely just trying to improve yourself and be a more likable person, that's a great way to do it. How you use it is the problem. You have to be genuine about it. If you're not, then you are being manipulative, and that's where the problem lies. The book gives some seriously good advice. And I guess I need to read it again now because I want to make sure I'm fully caught up on it. But from like the half of the book that I did read, it's all about what you do. Yeah, basically the point of the book is treat people like people, yes. And how considering your words and like you have to really take into account the importance of what you say to people. Yeah. Important rule of life, always make sure you have more friends than enemies. Absolutely. Yeah, we are social creatures. Manipulation is like, in a way, it's kind of like, it just happens. It's unfortunate. Do I want it to occur? No. Do I want people to be manipulative to get like, it's not good, but it happens. It is a thing. but I think it's better if you are acting in a manner that benefits a lot of people. Anyways, that's all I got, but that was, no, I just figured it was an important thing to discuss and to mention. Because it is important, and especially if you're not trying to, yeah. Anyways, it's all about how you use it. So use it wisely. Anyways, this is my PowerPoint. Let me pull up the link. Thank you, Bard, for sending that to me. I am going to open it in my browser tab. Okay. 1 second. I have to set it up. This one? Yeah, that one. All right. 1 second, I'm closing my other tabs. Okay, chat. What, still? Yeah, it's still there. Yay, okay. We're gonna watch this TTS short. Oh, it's like 5 minutes long? Okay, cool. Well, they might have other stuff attached to it, but this is what we're gonna watch. This, our homeboy. Hello, everyone who's joining. We are just finishing our talk about Commissar Kane, and we're watching the Emperor had text-to-speech device parody videos about Kane. I've not watched it. Desktop audio. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Well, let me turn off my background music. Sorry, chat, if that got a little loud there for a second. Okay. So. Oh, yeah, no problem. I appreciate you thanking me for putting together the PowerPoint. I like talking about that stuff. So I genuinely enjoy myself, and I enjoy making them. So I'm glad that you like them too. I definitely work hard on them so they look nice for everyone. Have I seen the Commissar Kane animation the same people did? No, I haven't. All right. Let me check the volume really fast, make sure it's good. I don't know how loud it's going to be. Okay, that's good. I think that'll be good. For the music base level, I think that'll be fine. All right, we'll start it over really fast. All right, we ready, chat? I've been missing some TTS, so I'm excited to see this. And I also did see before, I was like, oh man, there's a Kane TTS. I kind of want to watch it, but I'm glad that we stepped out of it today. These are your favorite streams? Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm debating, I'm trying to find a good balance of what content to bring about that people will be interested in. So I'm glad that you like this. Most fun PowerPoints 2024. Wow, that's like something no one has ever said in their life. Most people look at PowerPoints and like, yep, boring. So I appreciate that. Okay, let's do it.
Thank you. No, it was all of you. Seriously, it was your bravery that made this all possible. Hero the Imperium. Hero.
Yay.
Thanks, sir. At first I was nervous of you giving me command of the front lines against the foul greenskins. Well, you observed from the rear lines, but I see now that it was a test. Your faith in my abilities filled me with a determination so intense I can barely express how it burns. And
Oh my gosh, Sula.
The rear line was completely flanked by an undetectable force of giant invisible orcs. Oh, but fortunately, you had some brilliant idea
Yes.
of having the humongous, sneaky orcs blindly chase you as you tactically withdrew your chimera
Yes.
into a nearby valley. But my lord, Commissar Kane, how you
bravely waited at the edge of a mighty cliff, seemingly cornered for the orcs to get
Oh my
just
gosh,
close
this is
enough
so
you could
accurate.
Shoot a weak spot in the rock behind them, and then fearlessly drive right through the greenskin horde, just fast enough to survive as a whole cliff face crumbled,
Yes.
plunging the orcs right into
Oh my gosh.
another stealth orc force that was going to flank our front line? Holy shit! In the heat of the moment,
Yes.
you used our enemy's momentum against itself and bravely
He just
risked
keeps
your own
leaning
life to
back.
achieve it. Not only did you defeat the enemy in one fell swoop, sir, you saved all of our lives. All hail Canvas
Yes.
Kane, hero of the Imperium!
Yes.
Yeah.
He's depressed. No. Look, he has a portrait of himself. Wait. Look, he has a portrait of himself right there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy. You'll be okay. Oh. Unending imposter syndrome. Oh.
So close. That was too close. I thought that was it. The end of Kane's long history of bullshitting his way to the top. Ah, for throat's sake, how am I still alive? Withdraw? You mean hightail it like a damn coward as fast as a chimera can take, right? Because that's what I did. Like a piece of shit. Right to the damn dead end. Oh, I didn't even see the weak spot in the ground. I was just trying to shoot the damned orcs. I don't think I did it intentionally. They always do.
Oh my gosh.
You fools. You beautiful fools. You have no idea the
Poor guy.
size of the bit of lies I have made. You piece of shit. The house of cards you have built will tumble to the ground, crushing not only you, but all these poor, innocent
Kane.
souls you led into this web of deceit. God, Emperor, I am such a piece of shit.
Oh.
What have I become? You have to end this.
Are we getting Amberly?
This has to stop.
Amberly, come here.
We're out of the lucky years ago, Kane. I've been running on fumes for throne knows how long. You have to go up there and tell them. Face the music, Kane.
They're not gonna believe him.
Songs are playing. Deafening loud now. Let the lie die before we do. Just admit to them you're a fraud.
Oh.
A coward. A piece of shit. Tell them the truth. Tell them.
Commissar Kane.
Oh,
It turns out the
Jurgen.
Orcs war boss was in the group of greenskins the cliff face fell into. Now all of the Orc forces are in full retreat, planet-wide. The commander is here to award you the Star of Terror for your bravery.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
only doing my duty, Jurgen. I am honored by such
Jurgen.
a gesture. Tell the commander I humbly accept, and please, send him in.
He was waiting for you, sir.
Is that Horus?
I can explain. Explain. There is no need.
Oh.
Mood.
Okay.
Kindred.
Oh.
Finally.
He's so happy. He finally has a friend that he's got ultra depression with, and that they understand. They're like, I'm a fraud. Like, why do things keep succeeding when they should have failed? Oh my gosh, they're homies now. The real bro. Oh my gosh, mood kindred.
Found you.
His face.
Mood? Kindred?
Yes.
You also a piece of shit?
Yes.
Yes. Best friends. Best friends. Yes. Oh, good. Ultra comfort and support. Yes. What every man needs. Caiaphas Kane.
Five days done.
Yes, that was so good. That was so good. I knew I did a good thing when I set my Discord status as Caiaphas Kane. I just don't have Nitro, so I couldn't use a Caiaphas Kane emote. We should put one in there for fun. For fun. In any case, that's all I had for PowerPoints, and like slides that I had prepared. But you know, down to talk about like more if we have more we want to discuss. But I love the book, and I definitely I read more. I wanted to read more. I've I love the first book, and I'm so happy. Caiaphas Cain. We like that guy. He is so cool. I like the all caps there. Yeah, I'm glad you guys liked it. I really enjoyed it. Would we want to talk about future books? Because I mean, it does, I think, get repetitive in terms of like what happens in the books, but I'm happy to talk about them in the future. Will I do a stream for Caves of Ice? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm interested in. Like, chat, would we want to talk about Caves of Ice? It would probably be more along the lines of like, here's what happens in the book, so you don't have to read it. We can still talk about Cain. Like some of his like what he does is kind of like similar. It kind of like stays the same in terms of how he acts. So it's not like, oh, well, he's not really all that brave. It'd be more like, oh, I found this quote interesting. I definitely enjoy myself when we talk about this. And I'm so happy I finally get to talk about it because I have been like dying to stream this recently. Like, I've just been all over this series and I just needed it in my life. Do all the Cain stories. Okay, if we like Cain, we'll do it. We'll do it. One thing I need to look out for as I read is how the different factions change throughout, like Necrons. Okay. I will look. Yeah, because the Cain books I was looking at, I think the first one was like 2000. Oh gosh, it was 2000 something when the first one came out. Caiaphas Cain. Not many Warhammers go over specific books. Don't be too shy about doing more. Okay, cool. I mean, I just get really obsessed. Like, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, here's a video on Sanguinius. And like, there's kind of like the general information you need to know. But I don't mind talking about a book because I get like, it's like a little minutia, like a small time frame where I get a little obsessed about. I'm like, oh yeah, especially if I like the book. Like, I like this book. There's like other books that I read and I was like, oh, that was fine. It was fine. No big deal. So yeah, I really enjoyed myself for this book. So I will read. We'll do more. Yes, favorite Cain moment is when he throws a mop at his soldiers and tells them to clean up. That happened in this book when basically the riot broke out in the cafeteria. Like someone was like, Commissar, help! And then Cain was like just about to walk away. So instead he decided to take the rioters by surprise. And he was like, you clean this up. And he's like, go get mops, go. And like everyone was like, oh okay, sir. Because he was like, if I take a step back, I'm a dead man. And he acquitted himself very well in that situation. So yeah, he basically go clean all of this up. Everyone like, get your crap together. You have almost over 10K followers. No, I'm not almost at 10K. I'm not almost over 10K. No. Unless things blew up in the past like 2 hours. No. But I do recognize that it is a niche hobby that people like to obsess over, so I accept that. Caiaphas Cain. So, also, wait, I was going to announce this on... Wait, chat, let me go to my channel really fast. Really quickly, chat, we need to decide book of the month for July. I have a poll up on the YouTube community page. Vote. Make a pick. So currently, here are the options. Oh, it's really tight. We have Soul Hunters by Aaron Dembski-Bowden, which is about the Night Lords. First and Only by Dan Abnett, which is Gaunt's Ghost. Death Watch by Steve Parker. And then, I don't know if I could say this name correctly. Carcharodons, The Red Tide by Robbie McNiven. Anyways, it's close between Soul Hunters and First and Only. So it's currently Soul Hunters is at 35% and First and Only is at 33%. So vote at the end of the day when the votes are through. I was going to announce it on stream, but honestly, I think I'll give it a little bit longer. I'll give it at least 24 hours. So I will post it tomorrow morning, and then all of you should read it so we can talk about it. I heard the Night Lord's book is good. We were talking about how I didn't think I didn't know Bricky was a Night Lords fan, and then people were like, the books are really good. And I was like, are they? So I picked those out. Carcharodons, thank you. Carcharodons, if that's how you say it. So yeah, vote. It's like, actually, I'll put the links in the stream. It's basically on my channel, so if you're watching this on YouTube and you don't know how to get to my channel, I don't know what to tell you. There you go. So put your votes in there. I put it on Twitch and YouTube, just so you can look at those there. Oh, look, guys, I'm a 3-month subscriber for my own channel. I have the little red laurel icon. Imagine that. I'm subscribed to my own channel. Anyways, vote for those. I will announce them like tomorrow morning, I think. So vote. It's really close right now. So if you have strong feelings one way or another, you should vote. And trust me, this is one vote that you can be excited about this year. I'm already getting political ads and they're annoying. That's all I'm going to say about them. That's all we're going to say about it. But this is a vote you'll like, chat. Anyways, so I don't have anything more for you, chat. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to our next book club, and it seems like there's some interest in more book lore streams. I'll probably put up a poll for that too to get an idea, like a gauge on how engaged people are with that sort of content. I know I enjoy it, but I definitely want you guys to enjoy it as well. So maybe I'll do it for fun, popular books like this, where everyone is like, oh, like I probably should have been more in depth for The Infinite and the Divine, because that one would have been a really good one to talk about, but it's okay. In any case, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for doing your duty to the Emperor of Mankind. And I will be, oh, well, before I close, I'm posting my schedule tonight. I am not streaming Thursday through Sunday, but I am streaming Tuesday night and Wednesday night, or Tuesday, Wednesday night for me. It is going to be probably like 5 p.m. Pacific time. So please, just check the schedule. I won't be around Thursday through Sunday, but we are planning kind of a game event for the Discord server later in the week, either on Friday or Saturday. More details will be sent in the Discord. So thank you very, very much, everyone, for coming. Thank you for doing your duty to the Emperor of Mankind, beloved by all. And I will see you on Tuesday. Tuesday, look me in the eyes, chat. Tuesday. I'll see you on Tuesday. Am I going to keep the hat? I think I can only bring the hat out on special occasions. So take a good look. Get your screenshots. Get your screenshots while I have the hat on. So there you go. Get your screenshots. And I will see you guys on Tuesday. So I'll see you then. Bye, everyone.